There is a law, and the law stipulates that you need to take permission to use public facilities. And the permission also goes along with a non-refundable fee. However, according to the governor, not me, I'm not the one talking, these people have gone ahead to try to use these facilities without obeying the law. But then, this is where our conversation starts. How do you resolve a situation when you've been offended? Because I'm looking at it. Could the government have also followed the law instead of allowing a fracas to happen? Hello? Anybody following me? There is, I want to believe when the House of Assembly enacted the executive orders into law, that they put a punitive measure therein. I want to believe that there is a penalty for whoever flouts the law. So, saying that if you that there's something the government, maybe I should play that clip again and then we'll listen. Maybe I should play it one more time.
There is a law which says if you want to use government facility, you pay certain amount of money, and they said they will not pay. We as PDP, we are in government, yet we obey the law. As we use here, we have paid the money to government coffers. How dare all the small associations to say you will not obey the law? If you don't obey, we will resist you. You that is breaking the law is one that causing a violence.
How do you resist them? That's what we're talking. How do you? I mean, all this small association, they are trying. They are doing more than they can. They are biting more than they can chew. Yes, but how do you resist them? Is it the result we have been seeing, which is now electoral violence in almost everywhere in various states? Like I said, like I started with, I no go gree. Naim de tia shirts. So let's bring it now to our personal lives. Someone is offending you. Someone is doing you wrong. How do you react? Do you go about throwing punches? Do you go about quarreling at the top of your voice? Do you go about it in a diplomatic way, which is finding a peaceful resolution to it? Because if you escalate it, which we usually tend to do, it means that you will not be at rest, the next person will not be at rest, and the person who is not even involved in the fight will also not be at rest. But then when you look at it from the other side, the governor said, the police is not doing what they're supposed to do, and so they're going to call the neighborhood watch to come and do 1 or 2. So maybe, who knows, maybe the governor is insinuating that they had tried to use the legal process and it did not work. I don't know. I don't know, really. But seriously, how do you get to tackle issues when someone has offended you? Especially when you're in the right. Especially when you are in the right. Do you go about quarreling, fighting, or do you handle things peacefully? I'd like to hear from you. 0700 923 0923. 0700 923 0923. For WhatsApp and text messages, send it to the number 0809 030 6416. Stop calling the GSM numbers. Just call the number 0700 923 0923. That is 0700 923 0923. How do you handle? By the way, I'm not talking about how the government or the PDP has handled all of this. I just use that as a reference point. I know we love politics in this part of the world, but please, can we just focus on the conversation? How do you handle a situation where someone has offended you? You're in the right, but the person, like we say in our local parlance, is trying to chook his hand inside your eye. How do you handle such a situation? Let's take this call now. 92.3 Nigeria Info. Oh, I missed that one. Connection issues, I guess. But just keep your calls coming in. Let's take this one. 92.3.
Hello. Good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon to you. What's your name?
My name is Daniel.
All right, Daniel, welcome.
If someone is offending me, you cannot react with a violence. The only way is that if you look at it, you cannot resolve or you cannot forgive the person. There's authority, which you need to go and report, and they have to allow them to do their job.
But what if you report to the authority and the authority is lackadaisical with the job? What do you do then?
I don't think you follow the right channel, then the authority will not. If the authority didn't do that, I believe those authorities, they have the person which they answer for.
Okay.
There must be people who they report to. Then you must follow every legal channel.
All right.
Because you cannot. If you say you're a citizen, you cannot in any time say this is the reason why you are disobeying the law. You cannot. There's no reason to do that. Much more the people that is in the government. Because the government is supposed to be like an umbrella, for example, to the society, a mirror to the society, how the rule of law is supposed to be.
All right.
If you say you make a law, and when people, you think that people have offended or maybe people have gone contrary to that law you made, then you should allow the authorities to do their job. You cannot be committing, what I think, you're trying to destroy a law in which you made by making sure that you're even disobeying your own law. Disobedience is your disobedience. They are not doing the right. You are not doing the right thing. The way you're going about it. But Canada, I must say this. This is not the first time in the River State. It's sorry that I'm not a lawyer, but you see, the statement of a governor, his answer, simply show that this law, there is a purpose of it.
Yet again, that's not the focus. But Daniel, is the governor not the governor not once a part of the masses, or was he not rather once part of the masses? Is it not a reflection of the kind of people we have in society? And that's why I'm asking you, how would you resolve a problem?
The governor is not the kind of people we have in a society. It's not a reflection of the kind of people. He's an individual. That is how he wants to behave. If it is me that is the governor of River State, I will not behave the manner in which a particular person thinks he is the all and all in River State.
All right.
I just wish that we really use ourselves this time around.
All right, then.
I just wish we do that.
All right, thank you very much, Daniel. Thank you very much for your time. I'm taking calls. Let's see this one. 92.3 Nigeria Info.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon to you.
Yeah, my name is Benedict Beso. I'm in Port Harcourt.
Your name is?
Benedict Beso.
All right. Welcome.
I'm in Port Harcourt.
All right.
Let me add my voice to the discussion you're having there.
Please do.
We are living in a society where we keep learning every day. And when someone is a leader, the people he is leading expect the best leadership demonstrations practically from him. I wouldn't know the signal the governor is sending.
Now, yet again, I don't want to focus on what the governor has done. I want to focus on it this way. The governor was once part of the people. As a matter of fact, the governor did not fall from heaven. He was selected from the people or elected from the people. So the question is, I want to find out how the people would necessarily handle such a situation when they have been offended. How would you handle a situation where you are in the right?
Directly.
Sorry?
You can't correct a wrong with another wrong and expect to get it right. It's not possible. You understand? If there are agencies responsible to carry out the enforcement of violations rules, Like the governor rightly said, when he did the administrative
Rivers people.
Still asking the question, how would you handle a conflict when you are in the right? You have not done wrong. As a matter of fact, you're the one who is being offended. How would you handle it? Would you go fighting? Would you go boxing? Would you quarrel? Would you try to use diplomacy? How would you handle it? How would you handle it? I'd like to hear from you. 92.3 Nigeria Info.
Hello, sir.
Yeah, good afternoon to you. What's your name? Hello? Are you close to your radio? All right, I've got to let that one go. Please do call back. Remember, you can watch us live on Facebook and Twitter. The handle is Nigeria Info PH. You can watch the show live and also drop your comments so we can read them. 92.3.
Good afternoon, Canada.
Yeah, good afternoon to you. What's your name?
My name is Chief Comrade. I am Break.
Welcome.
Yeah, Canada. You say in a circumstances like this, what would I do? Am I right? Yes. Now, if I'm in position of the governor, perhaps I give an order, the River State House of Assembly look at it, and put it as a law.
I am braid. Let's not imagine you're a governor. Let's look at it from your, current situation. You are Chief I am braid right now, right? Someone offends you. You have your personal laws, and someone flouts them. How do you handle such a person?
Yes, let me take you to our locality. Perhaps maybe in a compound where we are, as a chief, I have my subject. I gave an order they did not follow the order. Then I will ask them why they violated the order. After talking to them, giving them warning, I will let them go. If they do it the second time, I will take them to the head of our climb. I will call them there. They will come in there. We will talk. After where we talk, after that, they still repeat that same thing again. And I see that it wants to have violence to the family or to me. I will now invite the security agency to intervene in the circumstances I'm finding things. The security agency, in their own way, will handle the matter. Whereby I am not satisfied after the security agency carried out their action. I'm not satisfied. I will now move to the court. There is a court. Court will interpret what I am telling them. At that point, I believe that every right-thinking person will now sit up.
Now, let me paint this picture for you. I mean, I like what you have said. Follow the due process. But what if the due process at that time is not efficient enough? For instance, the person is, trying to intimidate you. The person is wrong, but the person is still trying to intimidate you. The person is still trying to, muzzle his way or her way through the situation. How do you handle it? Do you use diplomacy? Do you still use the systems like you've narrated? Or do you, go to war?
In that circumstances, if I feel that that issue is going to scatter the family, I will use diplomacy. If it is something that I'm going to ignore the person, I will ignore the person to see that the family still remains fast and I still remain the leader of the family. That is what I do.
All right then. All right, thank you very much for calling in. I am Braid there. This one says, afternoon, sir. No state functions without a House of Assembly. The state that makes laws, and if this, it is, I think you meant to say it is the state that makes laws, and if the state through the House of Assembly made orders 21 and 22 as a law, it should be obeyed, because those trying to scuttle the law would come one day and enact their own law to better the state and the society. So they should obey the laws of the state. That way conflict would be resolved. Calvin Jumbo Baraye Frank. I agree with you. Calvin, I agree with you. But yet again, get the scenario I'm painting. In a scenario where they are saying, no, we will not obey. How do you handle it? Do you use the system? Do you use diplomacy? Or do you go into an outright battle with, these people? That's the question. And I'm saying, in a situation like that, you should understand that both the person who is passive and the people who are involved in the fighting, in a situation where there will be a fight, will all be affected. That's what I'm saying. So how do you handle it? Conflict resolution. This one says, good afternoon, Kalada. The best way to handle the issue is instead of war, we go for Georgia roundtable discussion, I guess, or you can report to relevant authorities to handle such matter. You can't be judge on your case. Please, I will advise you to stop playing the voice note because it promotes violence in the society. Anthony Wadi from Mpolu Rumigbo. All right, I'm just doing my job. I'm sorry about that. Good afternoon, Kalada. I can see the governor's frustration with the police. Most of us get very uncomfortable with the failure of the Nigerian police and other enforcement agencies, the Ministry of Environmental and Ministry of Physical Planning. Eric Chooks. Okay, all right. Thank you very much there. Let's take this one. 92.3 Nigerian Info.
Good afternoon, Kalada.
Yeah, good afternoon to you.
Yeah, sincerely, my name
what's your name? Okay, welcome. Welcome.
I sincerely sympathize with the police in this whole political drama in the state. You know, the other parties to this incident is blaming the police, you know, for playing along with the government. And now the governor is coming out to say the police is silent.
Yet again, this is not the focus of the conversation. Let's make it personal. For you, how would you solve a conflict, a crisis, when you are in the right? You have not wronged anybody. As a matter of fact, you're the one who has been wronged. How would you, solve such a problem, such a situation?
Yeah. The truth is that I will not resort to self-help, because the comment we are hearing is like another way of saying we will help ourselves. Forgetting that, like I said, there are institutions constitutionally mandated to protect all laws that are made in this society called Nigeria and River State. And these institutions are in existence till this time. We have the court, we have the police, and other security agencies that can effectively bring to book whoever violates constitutional laws. And so this is one of those laws that was enacted by our State House of Assembly. When they were doing the enactment, they also had it in mind that people will violate. They also have it in mind that everybody will not face it. And so if that was what they had in their mind, how did they think on bringing people who will not respect or obey these laws to book? I'm sure these things were properly, put in place. And so we cannot probate and reprobate. And we cannot take the duties of another arm of government to another arm. That is why these arms are distinguishedly separated. We have the executive, the legislative, and the judiciary. And nobody, no matter how high it is, has the authority to usurp the functions of the other arms.
So you are saying even if the system does not work in your favor, you will still tackle the situation using the system?
Yes. The only way we can create peace in the society is by always following procedures. I am not supporting
yet again, I am asking.
It should follow procedures. If we are to say these people are not obeying the rules, the judiciary is there. We can sue them.
Okay. Let me paint a picture for you. Somebody is trying to forcefully collect your land. Your land. I mean, that land has been with you from generation to generation. And someone is saying, you know what, I'm going to take it by all means. And then the person comes with force on that day. Would you stand and fight? Or what would you do? What would you do?
No. We don't fight. Definitely, because what we're trying to say is the society from chaos. We are trying to save the society from chaos. Because not all of us are politicians. Some of us are law-abiding citizens.
True.
And we don't want to suffer the heat from this political dramas happening around. Some of us are private citizens.
All right.
But we want a peaceful society. What I will do, like in the area you are talking about, I'm a very customary man. I'm a native man. I'm an Ogoni man. We know how we follow procedures like that. I will go and meet my chief. I will report my chief. And my chief will call the parties and then see how he can intervene.
And if your chief supports the other man, what will you do?
If the chief supports the other man, I still have another step to take.
Okay.
Where I come from, there's a divisional police command.
Okay.
I get to that level, and that's even in the law. We have the magistrate court, the appeal court, and the Supreme Court.
Okay.
So I'm not satisfied with the information in any of these areas. You go to the next one. All we are saying, we are trying to protect the society from chaos, from damage, from violence.
All right.
Nobody actually has that single authority to command and successfully be in charge of violence. It's not a respect of people when violent action comes to play. Even the person propagating violence by the victim or the brother or the sister.
Right.
So what we want is a very peaceful society. We want the society to be peaceful. Elections should be peaceful. It should not be traumatized, and there should be these actions that looks as if one is playing God. Should please completely be removed. That's what we are saying. Nobody should play God.
All right.
God is God.
All right. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for your time there. I've got to let you go. Interesting conversation with you there. This one's from Faith Fegelo on Facebook. Good afternoon, presenter. I usually keep calm to critics that will improve my capacity and make immediate amendment to be at an advantage to those criticizing me. Okay, you went ahead and say, while I disconnect from those who derive joy in offending me. Thanks. Okay, all right. So you would disconnect from them and ignore them, I guess. Indy Freke Dixon says, Pastor George Zuma once said, "What causes a crisis is not the action but reaction." Gregory John Benedict says, "Good afternoon, my presenter. I used what is called ACARU, Alternative Conflict Resolution. That is to say, in order not to cause more harm, I keep calm." All right. Thank you very much. Let's take this call now. 92.3 Nigeria Info.
Yeah, brother, good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon to you. What's your name? Where are you calling in from? Hello?
I like handsome.
All right, handsome, welcome.
Yeah, I like the answer I'm hearing from people today, from the last caller. I think the whole thing depends on what you want. If you want peace, you mustn't follow violence with violence.
All right.
Now, to start with, let's say I am being offended, like some other small associations, like yes, let's say I'm being offended. And, maybe somebody is trying to corner me and force something on me. At least at the first point, you shouldn't start with violence. You will have to follow everything with peace. And that is why I like the call from one of the parties that is calling maybe federal government to declare something like that, something of, or to come and look into the situation. And I think this is the reason why violence keeps escalating in the state or wherever. Because people who should do something or who should take a stand do not take a stand at what is wrong. So, and then being on the side of the, I want people to do and I think we should.
All right, I do not know what's wrong with the line there. It became noisy, so I had to, end the call. I don't know what's causing that very terrible sound there. But this one says, "Good day, sir. I will report them. After that, I keep away from them." Okay. Yarika from Port Harcourt send that one via the SMS portal. All right, keep your calls coming in. I do not know what is causing that very squeaky sound, very noisy sound. But keep trying. 0700 923 0923. 0700 923 0923. All right, I'll take this call now. 92.3.
Yeah, Mr. Zion. Good afternoon.
Zion, good afternoon to you.
I will not come from a political angle.
Thank you very much.
It's a very negative approach. But let me come from our everyday today angle. And let me specifically or narrow it down to marriages and relationships. The married people should listen carefully. Very carefully.
Okay.
One aspect in our life that we have committed a lot of blunder when it comes to relationship or conflict among people is that we think that everything should be done in our way. If it is not my way, then forget it. I will not put a command as a slogan now. Forget about it. And that is a big problem.
All right.
Everything must not go your way. You may be right, but it must not go your way. As a father or a mother or a husband or a wife, when you sense the anger, can you for once handle it with silence? secretly to achieve or to make us achieve success. Silence. Then followed by soft-spoken words. The books of Proverbs. A soft word meant a troubled heart. Most of us, we see that who we are dealing with is already agitated, ready to swallow, ready to burn. Can we for once keep silent and apply a soft-spoken word?
So in a situation where the conflict is almost coming to blows, you would first of all use silence as a tool to pacify the situation, I'm guessing, and then after that you would use soft words, sweet words.
Soft words. But because of our nature, we are so choleric. We have been trained not to forgive. We have been trained we must stand your ground. If I bet, I don't bet. Nothing will happen. Now we get here. You know me. Now me they pay the bills. Now me they feed you. Now me rent the house. Now me. Just as the thing will be ringing on your head before you know you are vibrating. You are hungry. You are hot. You want to blow. You want to do this. You want to shout. You want to abuse. Now me. The truth is this. Most of us are not even living up to the standard the biblical principles have provided for us as individuals. And funny enough, every day we go to church, we shout amen, praise the Lord, we sow seeds, we pay first fruit offering, we do this, we do that. We are not living to the standard. That is why the kingdom of God has not yet come. The kingdom of God is still far from us because we are not living to that standard. Even if they offend you, can you even apologize to them for offending you? Can you do that? So conflict management is an in-depth course in some universities. In-depth. Even though we know that most of those courses are politically motivated.
All right.
They are not scripturally based. Soft words meant a broken or a hurted heart. Soft words. So
Soft
Mr.
words.
Husband man,
All
Mr.
right.
Husband woman, from Mr. Zion this afternoon, soft words. Pick
All
up
right.
your phone and text your husband, I am sorry.
All right.
Pick up your phone and text your wife, I am sorry.
All right.
Mr. Zion.
Mr. Zion, thank you very much. So I'm guessing soft words can also work in, other angles, political angles, I suppose, even, business-wise, neighbor-wise, instead of slapping the neighbor, and before you know, you're pouring hot water or acid on somebody. Maybe you want to use soft words, yeah. 92.3 Nigerian Info.
Good afternoon, man of the people.
Good afternoon to you. Yeah, good afternoon to you.
Chike Daniel Imogate.
Imogate, of course, I know you. Welcome on the show. Good afternoon.
I think when situation like that, generally, I think what we have within our society is you report to the security agents and maybe police, army or soldiers or whatever. But if it is like what I am thinking, it is not good to make laws that will cause crisis. If it is there in River State, I am calling you from Abia. Law.
Daniels, see, I'm not looking at the political angle to this conversation. I don't want to talk about Governor Wike and his response. I'm using it as a reference point. And I'm seeing how he has handled it. He has said he would not sit back and allow these people who are in the wrong, to do the wrong. He's going to resist them. And I'm saying let's take it to our personal lives. When someone is trying to do you wrong, how do you handle such a situation? Do you go fighting, throwing blows with the person, or do you try to use a peaceful approach to solving that problem?
Peaceful approach to that situation is that look at other human beings around you, how they have handled it peacefully. Yes, if other people, you look at them, or you look at it within your own society, within my community, that particular law or whatever causes crisis, they do it the other way. Those that are getting it right, getting it peaceful, I've done it. That's the only way I think about it. Thank you
all right,
very much.
Thank you very much for calling in. Thank you very much there. All right, interesting. But it is easier said than done. It is easier said than done. Someone is trying to, intimidate you, oppress you. And it's your own thing. It's your own property. And they're trying their best to... And you say you would just, use soft words. You would just handle it in a peaceful manner. Peaceably. Easier said than done. And that's how I said. Easier said than done. But I'm going to go back to the phone lines. We're coming to the end of the show. We've got about 4 or 5 minutes thereabout. I'd like to take this call now. Let's hear what this person has to say. 92.3 Nigeria Info.
Hello?
Yes, welcome.
Good afternoon, Canada.
Yeah, good afternoon to you. What's your name?
My name is Boma.
All right, Boma, welcome.
Yes. The issue I've been taking, it has taking too long on trying to settle this issue. Now, let us look at in this my own perspective. Now, if governor said smaller association should not use government facilities, as the governor asked, if the smaller association using government facilities or community playground forever, he should take disciplinary action or report the matter to the appropriate quarters.
Okay, so sorry, let me get you. So you're saying that first of all you investigate, and then
yes, if actually this smaller association that is said, because I heard the tape, a smaller association that is said that are using government facilities, are they actually using government facilities or they are using community playground? Because there are two different things. What the House of Assembly passed to law, or the 21 and 22, according to how I heard it, they said the governor said they should not use government facilities. So it is outside what they are really talking about. If the smaller association are using community playground, it's outside the government facility. So why is this still disturbing the smaller association?
All right. Yet again, we're not talking about the political angle to it. I just wanted to hear what you had to say concerning that. But let's look at messages on WhatsApp. Good afternoon, Canada. According to George Zunwa, the response to an action is the determinant of a crisis, not the initial action itself. Emmy from Port Harcourt. Emmy, thank you very much. This one says, depends on the situation and what is at stake. There are times I let things go. There are times I act like I have let it go. There are times I openly fight fire with fire of my own. I like to mind my business and not even put myself in a position to be offended, because I know the length I can go to protect who or what is really important to me. Some people like to pretend as if they don't know what they are doing and it is bad, or they don't know what they are doing is bad, but they will play victim when you retaliate. First to do know the pain, a response they cause cry. Oh my goodness. I think I have a break, commercial break coming up, so I'm looking at the time. I'll read the other WhatsApp messages when I come back from the commercial break. Stay tuned.
You are tuned in to